What is up, Mortal Kombat X fans? I'm Tommy from Z&D Comics, and today you are witnessing my very first Q&A. So I'm going to be answering 6 of the many questions you left on my previous video, starting out with Uncaged Games. He asked, do you think Johnny Cage will be in Mortal Kombat X? Well, let me list a few reasons why I think Johnny Cage will be in Mortal Kombat X, and let me be a little bit biased because Johnny Cage is one of my favorite characters. So first off, Cassie Cage is already in Mortal Kombat X. She is a new character, and she is the daughter of Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. So if we're going to see her daughter, we're obviously going to somewhat see Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade. And I really hope Johnny Cage is going to be playable in this game because her daughter looks badass, her daughter looks sexually badass, and it's awesome. So I really hope we can see Johnny Cage, and I do think we are going to be seeing him because he has been in pretty much every Mortal Kombat X game so far. I mean, he was one of the 7 original characters in the arcade game, and we're gonna see him. It's just, will he be playable? Now, Uncaged Games didn't ask me if he was playable, so will he be in the game? I can almost guarantee it. Will he be playable? I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think he will, but I just hope he is, you know? I would really hope he is, and I would really like to see what his 3 different variations could be, you know? Of course, he has very unique powers. I mean, not really much powers. He can shoot energy. He has that, you know, extra strong power, and of course he is the Hollywood movie star badass style to him. So let me be a little bit biased for a second. Johnny Cage is one of my favorite characters because yes, he is a Hollywood movie star. You know, he's human, he's American, but he does hold weapons, you know, pistols and Bowie knives and stuff, and he's badass. You know, I really like it. I like how he has that cocky feel to him. If I could relate him to any character, I would say he's sort of like Green Lantern. He's funny, he's got that like actor type cockiness to him, but at the same time he knows how to get down to business and be brave and, you know, be selfless when he has to be. So that is something I like about Johnny Cage, and that's why he's almost one of my favorite characters. So I do think he's going to be in Mortal Kombat X without a doubt. I just don't think he's going to be playable. The next question is from LD Anarchy, and he asks, do you think that the guest DLC character for Mortal Kombat X will be like the last one, which was horror, or do you think it will be a ridiculous character? So the last character we got was Freddy Krueger, and he was pretty freaking badass. You know, I hope that if we will be seeing another horror character, it will be Jason, because there actually was, you know, movies with Freddy and Jason fighting, and I think that they can definitely make a lot of a better fight, you know, in Mortal Kombat X than they could do in a movie, because the movie was terrible, you know. But I really think it would be badass in the Mortal Kombat universe if we saw, you know, Jason and Freddy Krueger fighting. And I think that the Mortal Kombat X creators, you know, aka Ed Boon, knows that. It's just, is he willing to put Jason in there? I don't really know. Now, what do you really mean by a ridiculous character? I think he means like a Looney Tunes character or something like that, something really ridiculous, or something ridiculous like, you know, Spock from like Star Trek, something we wouldn't really expect. Now, when you say ridiculous character, I hope so. Wanna know why? I think it would be fun. Just, it would be fun to see a ridiculous character like Bugs Bunny. How freaking cool would it be to play as Bugs Bunny? Bugs Bunny is a really fun word to say. You know, I'd like saying that. Bugs. That's fun. Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny. He eats carrots and stuff. So anyway, to answer your question, no, I do not think we're going to be seeing a ridiculous character. I think we're going to be seeing a average guest character, such as maybe a DC character, and if we do see a horror one, I think it will be Jason. Jack Leonard asks, do you think there will be a DC character in Mortal Kombat X, just like Scorpion in Injustice? So this is, of course, the second guest character question I'm asking because I wanted to group them together. So, do I think there will be a DC character in Mortal Kombat X? Yes, I do. Want to know why? Because Scorpion was Injustice. That is my theory. They put Scorpion in Injustice so they could see how Scorpion worked with, you know, with the viewers. First off, it didn't really work well because there's so much DC characters we wanted to see, and they gave us him. Now, thinking about it, we did get our DC characters. Scorpion was just our guest character, you know? A guest character wasn't, you know, Martian Manhunter. That was like a DLC. A guest character is someone that isn't in that universe. So it made sense to have Scorpion as a guest character, and thinking back to it, I'm okay with it. You know, after all that rage I had before with wanting to see, you know, like Red Hood. But anyway, I think they're going to want to do is they're going to want to try, because they're making Injustice 2. It's happening, you know? That game was so damn good. They're probably making it. I'm pretty sure it's coming out literally a year and a half, 2 years after Mortal Kombat X. So I think what they're going to do is put it, for instance, Batman or Superman, like a original DC character, and see how he works in the Mortal Kombat X setting, and of course see how it works with the variations, you know? For instance, let's say they have Batman, they could have the martial arts Batman. They could have, for instance, almost like a Dark Knight Returns Batman where he's in like a suit. And then you could have also a third Batman, which could be more of a stealth Batman, which his moves are a little bit more almost acrobatic-like, sort of like what Nightwing is, but he could also be staying behind in more long range with his batarangs and everything. So you can have 3 different variations of a DC character, and maybe they're thinking about doing that with Injustice 2, which, by the way, I think I just think it's a good idea, and I really hope they do it for future games, because having 3 different variations is like having 3 different characters. It's like tripling your roster. It's badass, it's awesome, it's a risky move, it's a hard-working move, because you're gonna have to put a lot of more work goes into every little thing they do. Like, we ask for more characters, but just creating a character costs money. It costs, you know, you have to make a trailer, and you gotta make them part of the story. It costs money, you know, so them doing 3 different variations and putting that hard work into it makes me happy. So I really hope they do that for Injustice 2. So I do hope that we do see a DC character in Mortal Kombat X. I hope it's a simple character. Honestly, I hope it's Red Hood, but I feel like, for instance, how they put Scorpion in Injustice, and Scorpion's like one of the main characters in Mortal Kombat X, they'll probably put like Batman or Superman, or maybe Wonder Woman, you know, maybe they'll just do that risky move, because it's not like Wonder Woman's popular or anything. Up next is John Santel. He asks, will Mortal Kombat X come to PS Vita? Well, I don't know the answer to that question, but I can guarantee that it will. 1, because Injustice went to PS Vita, so did Mortal Kombat 2011. A lot of the fighting games are going to PS Vita. I mean, we already got 2 of, you know, Ed Boon's games going there, so my guess is that Mortal Kombat X will come to PS Vita later. Just like how Injustice came later, it will probably come later in like a deluxe edition with all the guest characters and maybe some extra content. So to answer your question, yes, I do think Mortal Kombat X will come to PS Vita. NVWUKZZ, whatever the hell that says, I don't even know. Do you think Liu Kang could be a villain? Now, before I answer that question, I'm going to mix it together with another question that was asked by King of Comics 726. He asked, for Mortal Kombat X, what if we had a good guy turned evil in Mortal Kombat X and be a main villain? It's far-fetched, but what do you think? Well, I think that's a pretty good idea. Yeah, it's far-fetched, but what if Liu Kang was that villain that was a good guy and turned evil? Now, Liu Kang died by Raiden in Mortal Kombat X9. We already know that. It was a big surprise. Oh, yada, yada, yada. But what if he came back? Not as a zombie, but not as a human, but as like a ghost. Almost not like a ghost, but used by sorcery, for instance. Like, he comes back as a human, but with extra powers of sorcery. For instance, he's like, almost has the powers of like Raiden, you know, because Raiden killed him, but he also has everything Liu Kang has, and for some reason he almost comes back brainwashed by Raiden to be a main villain, and I think that'd be pretty badass. Now, we kind of already have our main villain, and I don't think it's gonna be Liu Kang, but I'm just kind of shifting off ideas, kind of just like saying this and everything, but maybe Liu Kang could come back as a villain. Maybe they're gonna brainwash him and they'll have like the powers of Raiden, and he'll be like super powerful, and it'll be awesome, because Liu Kang has been a good guy in every Mortal Kombat X game. He has been playable in almost every Mortal Kombat X game. It's kind of insane. Like, the only game he wasn't playable in, it was like Dead Alliance or some shit like that. I don't even care, you know? Liu Kang is a good guy. He's been a good guy, and it'll be pretty insane for the big, you know, Mortal Kombat X game, which is obviously like the 10th game. It's huge. To come back as the main villain, brainwashed or not, maybe he's the main villain. He's like a good guy. He turned evil, but then he gets unbrainwashed at the end, and the real main villain gets fought, and like, you're Liu Kang and you fight the real guy, and you know, something insane like that. So to answer your question, do I think Liu Kang could be a villain? Yeah, he could be. And do I think they could have a good guy that turned evil and, you know, becomes the main villain, yada, yada, yada? Yeah, it could happen. Percentage of it happening, like 30%, You know, it's pretty reasonable. I don't really know what to say about that. But yeah, those are the 6 questions I answered, guys. Thank you for asking those questions. If you have any question about Mortal Kombat X, just leave it in the comment section down below, and I'll answer it in my next video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day, and don't forget to like this video for Mortal Kombat X.
Ready, aim, fire.